Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Star Wars. So I put out a video in my Patreon and also in my community tab, and I was basically asking people, where do you think I should go next? Because we could have done The Hobbit. That isn't what people wanted. So let me just make it clear from the beginning. Let me just make it clear from the beginning. I've seen Star Wars before. I've somewhat watched these movies once through, and this was in 2015. In fact, let's go back further. I didn't grow up on Star Wars. I think my parents saw that red guy with like the little horns or whatever. They must have seen him in an advert somewhere. They were like, that's not for you. You ain't watching that. And so I only watched Star Wars in my first year of university. And that's because I had a flatmate that was Star Wars obsessed. I think this is like 2016. I think firstly a game came out. And I think maybe Rogue One must have come out around that time too. Or maybe one of the sequels. The sequels. So yeah, I had a flatmate that was super obsessed with Star Wars. I was like, okay, let me try and check this out. I remember watching Rogue One and loving Rogue One. And then I remember, I watched Rogue One in the cinemas. And then I remember, this is like during exam season, or maybe I was doing coursework or something. I was doing my coursework. I had my coursework up like on the big screen in front of me, doing my essay. And this is disrespectful. I had Star Wars on the side on a little laptop, on my laptop screen, just on the side playing. The best way to phrase it is I wasn't giving it the respect that is due to Star Wars. And so therefore, when people ask me how I feel about Star Wars, I'm like, yeah, Star Wars is fine. Like, I like it, but it's not my thing. But I haven't even given it the chance for it to be my thing properly. I've watched it once through on a laptop screen, distracted by my coursework and essays, which isn't fair. I saw recently, I watched one of the Criterion videos, and it featured director Ramel Ross, who directed Nickel Boys, which is out in cinema right now. And he's talking about a film and he's like, okay, I've encountered it, but I haven't digested it. And that's the best way to summarize my experience with Star Wars. I've encountered Star Wars, specifically the original trilogy, but I haven't digested it. If you ask me like what the true meaning is, etc., I'm probably just gonna say good versus bad because I haven't known and I haven't taken the time to know. So now I'm gonna properly dive in and see what Star Wars is about. I think I'm gonna love Star Wars. It's up my street. I love sci-fi. I love fantasy. I love Dune. This is in that same world, universe, etc. So yeah, we're gonna give it a try. What's so funny is I know in the comments there's gonna be someone who watches this trilogy. By the way, we're only doing the original trilogy. Make that clear. A New Hope up to, is it Return of the Jedi? Something like that? The main three, the core three. We're not doing the prequels. We're not doing the sequels. I watched the sequels, I think, as they came out in the cinemas. The last one genuinely is horrific. I'm so sorry. I got to go to the premiere of Andor in the UK. I love Andor. Andor, I love it. I've seen The Mandalorian season 1 and 2, maybe just 1. I love The Mandalorian. And I love Rogue One. Yeah, I haven't given respect to the forefather of all those series. It's hilarious. So, yeah, man, let's waste no more time. We're jumping into Star Wars. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. The Lucasfilm logo looks, exactly as is. Hasn't changed much over the years. To be honest, I know it's the 20th Century Fox. Oh, it's the crawl. Okay. Was Star Wars? I associate the crawl with Star Wars, but was this a thing like in cinema during those times? Because sorry, 2 seconds. I was gonna say, was this the first of its kind? Was this a way I really should have checked the year, but a way to catch people up? Was this done during the time? Because you don't really see people do this nowadays. People kind of avoid doing written exposition. Obviously, the crawl is Star Wars. And I was just looking at the underneath of their ship. It just looks like a model. Oh my gosh. This is the end of Rogue One. Come on, get moving. Yeah, this is one of the most, I love this scene so much in Rogue One. They look dusty. The two robots, they've been through it clearly.
Death Star plans are not in the main computer.
Where are those transmissions you intercepted? What have you done with those plans?
Ah.
This is a consular ship. We're on a diplomatic mission.
If this is a consular ship, where is the ambassador?
Ah.
Commander, tear the ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive.
Oh, I love James Earl Jones's voice. Oh, stun.
The Imperial Senate will not sit still for this. When they hear you've attacked a diplomatic...
You're not so surprised, Your Highness. You weren't on any mercy mission this time. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent you.
Too slow.
I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor.
Battle station plans are not aboard this ship, and no transmissions were made.
She must have hidden the plans in the escape pod. Send a detachment down to retrieve them.
I can't remember for the life of me this robot's name. R2-D2 and someone. And I believe the voice actor for this guy, this robot passed away. Oh, wait. I remember are these things in one of the series? I'm trying to remember their names. I know it. When I hear it, I'll be like, flip. I just remember them because I believe they love scrap metal. And I was literally about to say it. And they talk in this funky alien language. Oh. You're teeny it. Have they ever been shown uncloaked? Like, what do their faces look like? What do they look like underneath the robe? Not like that. Who is that? Did I just see his cousin or something? Is that his mom or dad? I really love how practical some of these things are.
R2-D2, it is you! It is you!
Oh, you ended up here too? Oh, of course, yeah. There was some folks looking at him from a distance. This thing looks humongous. Like the scale they were able to visually achieve is crazy. I wouldn't call them Jabbas, but isn't that Jabba the Hutt? Isn't he like
You think they'll notice?
Isn't that a separate thing? I keep saying Utini. What does that mean? Oh. Sorry, I just made bear sounds without actually explaining what any of those sounds are in reference to. Oh, I love that. The score.
I am well versed in all the customs.
I have no need for a protocol droid. What I really need is a droid who understands the binary language of moisture evaporators.
Sir, my first job was programming binary load lifters, very similar to your evaporators in most respects.
Oh.
Can you speak Bachi?
Of course I can, sir. It's like a second language to me.
All right, shut up. I'll take this.
Shut up.
Take these two over to the garage, will you? I want them cleaned up for dinner.
Chat GPT over here.
Pick up some power converters.
Doors are done. Now, come on, get to it.
What did Luke just say?
All right,
I
come
want to get the latest power converter. That looks like an iPhone 3 and you got an iPhone 5 over here. Why wouldn't you take this one? R2-D2's just gonna leave him behind like that. Oh, well, now you need a different one.
Excuse me, sir, but that R2 unit is in prime condition, a real bargain.
You were about to leave him behind, yeah?
Now, don't you forget this. Why I should stick my neck out for you is quite beyond my capacity.
You was about to leave him behind. What are we giving you thanks for?
Well, not unless you can alter time, speed up the harvest, or teleport me off this rock.
I don't think so, sir. I'm only a droid and not very knowledgeable about...
So is this like a barren planet? Well, I mean, it's a desert, so...
Well, if there's a bright center to the universe, you're on the planet that it's farthest from.
I see.
Which makes sense.
And I am C-3PO, human cyborg. I'm not much more than an interpreter, and not very good at telling stories. Well, not as many...
You talk a lot.
Were you on a Star Cruiser?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
What's this?
He asked you a question. What is that?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Oh, he says it's nothing, sir. Merely a malfunction. Old data. Pay it no mind.
It wasn't supposed to be for him. Well, clearly it's for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I think she's a passenger on our last voyage. A person of some importance, as I believe. Our captain was attached
Is there any more to this recording?
I love that music.
Get us into trouble. It's all right. You can trust him. He's our new master.
That's like the second time I've heard that theme, and it's when Leia's on screen. So I'm assuming that's her theme, maybe.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wonder if he means old Ben Kenobi.
I beg your pardon?
Yes.
Old Ben lives out beyond the Dune Sea. It's kind of a strange
The
old...
what? See?
He suggests that if you remove the boat, he might be able to play back the entire recording.
There you go. Wait a minute, where'd she go? Bring her back. Play back the entire message.
What message? The one you've just been playing. The one you're carrying inside your rusty innards.
He's clever.
You know, I think that R2 unit we bought might have been stolen. I stumbled across the recording while I was cleaning them. He says he belongs to someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi. Do you know what he's talking about?
That's not an answer.
That wizard's just a crazy old man.
Wizard?
I don't think he exists anymore. He died about the same time as your father.
You knew my father?
I told you to forget it.
You just dropped a big piece of information. Why are you telling me to now forget it?
In fact, I also thinking about our agreement. About me staying on another season. And if these new droids do work out, I want to transmit my application to the Academy this year.
You mean the next semester before the harvest?
Sure, there's more than enough droids.
Harvest is when I need you the most. This year we'll make enough in the harvest that I'll be able to hire some more hands, and then you can go to the academy next year. You must understand I need you.
But it's a whole nother year.
Auntie, can you say something? You seem like you agree with me.
Oh, and he can't stay here forever. Most of his friends have gone.
Thank you.
I'll make it up to him next year. I promise.
Score. Oh, the music is so far.
Have you seen Luke this morning?
He said he had some things to do before he started today, so he left early.
Did you take those two new droids with him?
I think so.
Look at this. The effort that has to go into creating. It's not a model. I don't know. A practical beast like that.
There are several creatures approaching from the southeast.
Sand people, or worse.
Is that the name? Is it just sand people? Why did I think their name was something else?
Well, there are two banthas down there.
Panthers. Oh, wait. I thought he was talking about the small people. No, these are different. Damn, they knocked him out. It seems like everyone on this planet is scavenging, which makes sense because if it's such a desert planet, you got a... That's a human. And you screamed like that? Kenobi. Right.
Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid.
Show him.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be all right.
Show him the footages. You know when Cardi B was like,
how you saying that I got ragged by Riley when there's so many footages of that night?
Ben Kenobi? Boy, am I glad to see you.
Tell me, young Luke, what brings you out this far?
the robot.
I think he's searching for his former master, but I've never seen such devotion in a droid before. He claims to be the property of an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You don't recognize him instantly. Maybe there's many.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
I think my uncle knows him. He said he was dead.
Oh, he's not dead.
You know it.
Well, of course I know him.
Hey.
He's me. I haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since all before you were born.
Why did he stop? I don't remember this. Was his memory erased or they took every they took him and left his arm.
I don't think I can make it. You go on, Master.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
Get yourself on my account. I'm done for.
Be so serious.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes. I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father. He was the best star pilot in the galaxy, and a cunning warrior. I understand you've become quite a good pilot yourself. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough, but your uncle wouldn't allow it.
Is it going to be a lightsaber?
Feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damn fool idealistic crusade, like not as clumsy or random as a blaster. An elegant weapon.
Crazy how iconic lightsabers became.
The Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic before the Dark Times.
How did my father die?
A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. He betrayed and murdered your father.
That's a way to put it.
Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
And the Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together.
Show the footage.
General Kenobi, years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you to help him in his struggle against the Empire. But my ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission to bring you to Alderaan has failed. I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to retrieve it. You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Why does he look like he fancies her? I saw a little twinkle in his eye. Ain't that his sister?
You must learn the ways of the Force if you're to come with me to Alderaan. She needs your help. I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
I can't get involved. I've got work to do.
Come on, you wanted to leave.
How am I ever going to explain this?
Learn about the Force.
A bit like that. It was like...
The Imperial Senate will no longer be of any concern to us. I have just received word that the Emperor has dissolved the Council permanently. Last remnants of the old Republic have been swept away.
How will the Emperor maintain control without the bureaucracy?
The regional governors now have direct control over their territories. Fear will keep the local systems in line. Fear of this battle station.
If the rebels have obtained a complete technical readout of the station, it is possible they might find a weakness.
The plans you refer to will soon be back in our hands. Don't be too proud of this technological terror. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways.
Oh, off you pop. Bye-bye.
Does not help you conjure up the stone.
See you.
Rebels' hidden fort.
That's really good acting, though, I must say.
Vader, release him.
As you wish.
I love how he turned around and it was still like, the power wasn't in his hand.
It looks like the Sand People did this all right. Look, there's gaffy sticks, bamboo.
The Sand People always ride single file to hide their numbers.
These are the same Jawas that sold us R2.
Jawas. Did I say that?
Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
Look, the little one over there is smoking.
If they trace the robots here, they may have learned who they sold them to, and that will lead them back home.
Oh, wait, Luke! It's too dangerous!
I remember the scene, and I still cannot believe the scene that's upcoming. I cannot believe how, what's the word? You know, I can't believe they showed what they showed. Let's just see it. I can't. It's not funny, but oh my. George Lucas. I just think it's like watching this film so far, you wouldn't expect to see remains, human remains, corpses like that. So when you see it in the context of what you've seen so far, it's like, oh my goodness me. But it works because then it, especially just seeing the Jawas dead, which I think I got the name right, it shocks you into realizing, oh, this is quite dark.
There's nothing you could have done, Luke, had you been there. You'd have been killed too. And the droids would now be in the hands of the Empire.
I want to come with you to Alderaan. There's nothing for me here now.
Damn. Well, where was this shot? Where was this filmed?
Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Crazy visual effects. I need to find out the year. Look, what year is it? Isn't this like 70s? 77. I wish I had more context for movies that came out in 77 to understand how ridiculous it really is.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
I can't abide those jobs. Disgusting creatures.
That's a bit racist.
Do you really think we're going to find a pilot here that'll take us to Alderaan?
Most of the best freighter pilots that will be found here only watch your step. This place can be a little rough.
Oh, they're in the ghetto. Mind you have to come up with some of these creatures and these various alien races. I love this band. Oh. I know who that is.
We don't serve their kind here.
Whoa!
What? Your droids. They'll have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
No! What kind of racism? Droidism? I'm guessing there's some history there. We don't like your kind here is crazy. This is nuts. I'm just thinking about some of the puppeteering that's going on as well. Whoa.
He doesn't like you. I don't like you either. You just watch yourself.
What is going on in this town?
You'll be dead.
This little one's not worth the effort.
Oh my gosh. I mean, they had it coming. And the music continues. Oh my. When he said this is a rough town, quite literally.
Han Solo. I'm Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
If it's a fast ship.
Fast ship. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's the ship that made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
I don't know what that means.
What's the cargo?
Only passengers. Myself, the boy, 2 droids, and no questions asked. We'd like to avoid any Imperial entanglements.
And it's going to cost you something extra.
Yeah, a hustler. I don't know when Indiana Jones came out, so I don't know if this is his big break or whether Indiana Jones was his big break. Mind you, I haven't watched Indiana Jones. Not a single crumb. None of them.
Yes, Greedo. As a matter of fact, I was just going to see your boss. Tell Jabba that I've got his mind.
There's something contentious about this scene. I've seen this scene trending for some reason before, but I don't know what the issue was with it. I think Disney might have changed something for some reason. I don't know. So I'm just going to accept it as it is.
Over my dead body. Yes, I bet you have.
Oh. Damn. The toasting gets me every time. He said, my monkey.
Perhaps she would respond to an alternative form of persuasion. I think it is time you demonstrated the full power of this station.
Oh.
Set your course for Alderaan. With pleasure.
They're just going to blow up a planet instead. I thought Jedis, well, he's not a Jedi, is he? But I thought anyone who could use the Force can read. Could you read minds? I know you can like access minds, right? I'm sure I've seen that in one of the movies.
I would much rather have gone with Master Luke than stay here with you.
Wow.
I don't know what all this trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault.
C-3PO is just always on R2's behind. Like, he's up. Yuck. Oh, I know who that is. That's Jabba the Hutt.
Right here, Jabba. Been waiting for you. Jabba, next time you want to talk to me, come see me yourself. Don't send one of these twerps. Even I get bored sometimes. You think I had a choice?
We just walk on him. Mamuki. Who is this chasing them? Is this a mask? They kind of remind me of like the masks they would wear back in the plague. Like, uh-oh. Hurry up.
Which way?
You snitch.
Stop that ship. Blast him.
Blast him. There's like 8 of them and they can't get an accurate shot off. I've always wanted to be able to make that noise.
Stay sharp, there's 2 more coming in. They're gonna try and cut us off.
Why didn't y'all run him? I thought you said this thing was fast.
Watch your mouth, kid. You're gonna find yourself floating home.
Ah.
We'll be safe enough once we make
Han Solo is brutal.
Don't trap yourself in. I'm gonna make a jump to light speed.
I like there's thought behind it. I've always thought about that. Like, well, wow. Especially given what's the second movie in the trilogy? Sorry, what's the second movie in the sequels? You know, when that thing happened that a lot of people hated, but I can't lie, was visually. I loved it visually.
I should have expected to find you holding Vader's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
What?
I would like you to be my guest at a ceremony that will make this battle station operational. I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Alderaan.
Crazy.
Alderaan is peaceful. We have no weapons. You can't
You will
possibly...
prefer another target, a military target? Then name the system.
Oof.
Dantooine.
Dantooine. Is that
Continue with the
truthful?
operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
You're far too trusting. Dantooine is too remote to make an effective demonstration, but don't...
Oh my goodness. Is this where her like that is? Oh.
It's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
But sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. How to do that?
I see your point, sir.
What was that from him? I feel like if we had a human face, he'd be like, damn, you can really feel it.
Wookiee religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid. Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other. I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe there's one all-powerful force controlling everything.
It's interesting that it's portrayed the Force is, well, no, the Force is almost like the god of this universe, as I like to say. But I guess Jediism is the religion, which is interesting. You know me and my themes, I love them.
You see? You can do it.
I call it luck.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
It's just debris.
No, you kid, it ain't there. It's totally blown away.
What? How?
Destroyed by the Empire.
There's another ship coming in.
Maybe they know what happened.
It's an Imperial fighter. A fighter that size couldn't get this deep into space on its own.
Which means...
Look at him, he's heading for that small
Good.
moon.
I think I can get him before he gets there. He's almost in range.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
Yeah.
Full reverse. Chewie, lock in the auxiliary car.
Gravity.
Auxiliary power.
They are trying to defy.
Yes?
We captured a freighter entering the remains of the Alderaan system. Its markings match those of a ship that blasted its way out of Mos Eisley.
Damn.
She may yet be of some use to us.
Her whole family is really just gone? Everyone on that planet? So what do we do with these plans now?
It must be a decoy, sir. Several of the escape pods have been jettisoned.
Send a scanning crew aboard. I want every part of this ship checked. I sense something. A presence I've not felt
Since 62. You're cooked. Oh.
He says he's found the main controls to the power beam that's holding the ship here.
The tractor beam is coupled to the main reactor in 7 locations. A power loss at one of the terminals would allow the ship to leave.
What about blowing this thing up before we leave?
I want to go with you.
Be patient, Luke. Stay and watch over the droids. They must be delivered safely, or other star systems will suffer the same fate as Alderaan. Your destiny lies along a different path from mine.
No.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Yeah.
You said it, Chewie.
I agree. Don't know what you said, but I agree.
Princess, she's here?
Princess?
Where is she?
Princess, what's going on?
I'm afraid she's scheduled to be terminated.
Scheduled.
Now look, don't get any funny ideas. The old man wants us to wait right here.
He didn't know she was here.
I'm not going anywhere.
They're gonna execute her. Look, a few minutes ago you said you didn't want to just wait here to be captured. Now all you want to do is stay?
Damn. Han's really the complicated character in all of this.
She's rich.
Of course, that's his angle.
All right, kid. You better be right about this.
All right.
What's your plan?
tall is Chewbacca? He must be like... He just checked out that droid. He must be like, I don't know, 7 maybe? Who's the composer of the score? Is it John Williams, right? This is awkward.
Where are you taking this thing?
Prisoner transfer from cell block 1138.
I wasn't notified. I'll have it cleared.
Those helmets are so ridiculous. I love it. So, there's a crazy amount of death in this movie. You don't really realize. But they're really shooting people like and they're dying. It's not like some movies where they just like knock people out. No, they're frying people's chest.
We're sending a squad.
Negative. We have a reactor leak here now. Give us a few minutes to lock it down.
What's your operating number?
I love that. That's good. Oh.
Too short for a stormtrooper?
Huh? Oh, the uniform.
Princess!
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
You're who?
Thank you. Shit.
Ben Kenobi, where is he?
Come on.
Guys, that was crazy.
The Jedi are extinct. Their father has gone out of the universe. You, my friend, are all that's left of their religion.
We have an emergency alert in detention block AA-23.
The princess? Put all sections on alert.
Obi-Wan is here. I must face him alone.
Yeah. He's not trying to get out of it. He's trying to do what he was destined to do.
Watch your left. They went down.
Oh, look at that one on the floor. I'm so sorry.
All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir. The main entrance seems to be the only way in or out. I can't hold on forever.
Don't rescue! Maybe you didn't have a plan for getting out?
He's the brain!
Princess, please. We're trying.
Somebody has to save our skins.
Fair enough.
Into the garbage, fly boy!
Fair enough. She's no damsel in distress.
Garbage is a really wonderful idea. What an incredible smell you discovered.
I mean, it could be worse. I'm looking at all this stuff and it just looks like scrap. Can we use the force, maybe?
See if they've been captured. Hurry.
Can you be a bit quicker, please?
Use the comm link. Oh my. I forgot. I turned it off.
C-3PO, if you're not careful.
We've had some problems.
Thank you.
No, shut them all down. Hurry.
Oh.
It's them. Blast them.
Blast him. They always say that. So do you have to scream? Oh my days. Ooh.
I think we took a wrong turn.
Oh, no trouble. How are they missing?
They're coming through!
Use the force. There's literally no escape. I can't get over how useless they are.
Here they come!
Oh. If they were smart, they would just shoot his feet.
Good luck.
To be honest, that can be a brother and a sister kiss. I can hear his breathing. Oh, he's standing right there. This is the first.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet meet again.
Lightsaber battle in the entire series.
When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
See that that square or like flash of yellow?
Power's a weak old man.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
I love the little jabs forward.
Ben?
Just standing there in view of everything. Oh, look at the smirk. I remember watching this for the first time and just being like, why? Why? Oh wait, I thought that was Leia's theme, but it's not.
Run, Luke, run!
Oh, I understand why now. But at the time, I was so frustrated. He's gone through a lot, Luke.
Can't believe he's gone.
Here they come.
Listen, I know they're the ops, but the black, I don't know what to call them, so excuse my terminology, but the black trooper uniforms, I love them. It's just something about them. Listen, they're good. First, but they're good at it. Oof. I love how the chairs just... Look at those effects.
You're sure the homing beacon is secure aboard their ship? I'm taking an awful risk, Vader.
They let us go. It's the only explanation for the ease of our escape.
Princess Leia's got the
Call that
brains.
easy. They're tracking us.
Mm-hmm. What planet is this now? Looks good. That shot looks really good. Did Star Wars win any Academy Awards? I don't know if it did.
We have no time for a SARS commander. We must use the information in this R2 unit to help plan the attack. It's our only hope.
Ugh, but now they know where the rebel base is.
Yes, we're approaching the planet Yavin. The rebel base is on the moon on the far side.
Yeah.
The battle station is heavily shielded
Oh.
and carries a firepower greater than half the Starfleet. Well, the Empire doesn't consider a small one-man fighter to be any threat, or they'd have a tighter defense. An analysis of the plans provided by Princess Leia has demonstrated a weakness in the
Wait,
battle
is
station.
it Leia or Leia? I've been saying Leia, but he just said Leia.
You're required to maneuver straight down this trench and skim the surface to this point. The target area is only 2 meters wide. A precise hit will start a chain reaction which should destroy the station. The shaft is ray shielded, so you'll have to use proton torpedoes.
That's impossible, even for a computer.
But it's not impossible. I used to bullseye womp rats in my T-16 back home. They're not restricted to T.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds impressive.
May the force be with you.
I was about to say, listen, I went to Anglican school, and so that sounds very reminiscent of May the Lord be with you, and also with you. And so every time I hear it, I'm tempted to say that back because of the religious aspect. I wonder if George Lucas is directly referencing from that when he's with the May the Force be with you.
Come on. Why don't you take a look around? You know what's about to happen, what they're up against. They could use a good pilot like you. You're turning your back on them.
Good's a reward if you ain't around to use it. Besides, attacking that battle station ain't my idea of courage. More like suicide.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, Han. I guess that's what you're best at, isn't it?
Ugh.
May the Force be with you.
Are you converting?
What are you looking at? I know what I'm doing.
Chewie doesn't seem like he's all on board.
You'll do all right.
Thanks, sir. I'll try.
Gotta get aboard. We'll hear all your stories when we get back, all right?
Oh, is he gonna return? That don't sound too good. See, this is what I mean. I've encountered Star Wars, but I haven't digested it. I promise you, if you asked me, I would have told you that. Well, I'm assuming what's happening now is that they're gonna try and blow up the Death Star. I would have thought that would happen in the final movie, but it seems like we're doing it now. Maybe it's gonna be unsuccessful though. I love the Rebellion's logo. Is it the Rebellion's logo or Jedi logo? Whichever one it is.
Luke, the Force will be with you.
All wings reporting. Red James standing
Shout out to these men, man.
Red 3 standing by. Standing by.
James Corden, they're brave.
I'm going to cut across the axis and try and draw their fire.
I love it.
Red 5, I'm going in. We can't find any rebel ships, Lord Vader, but they're so small they're evading our turbo lasers.
Nice, nimble.
I'm on it. I'm going in. Cover me, Porkins. I'm right with you, Red 3.
I love the mix of the of CGI with the practical effects. Oh no, James, man, no fighter jet karaoke.
Take up your visuals, Johnny. Here they come.
Oh no!
Pick one up, watch it. I can't see it.
Is that Biggs or is this Biggs?
I'll be right there.
I think this is Biggs. He's toast. Never mind. Love how he treats it like a game, or like it's visualized like a game, even on the jet.
Coming in. 3 marks at 210.
I'll take them myself. Come on.
Ugh. Look at his one as well. Look at him and his Destiny Child of ships, and he's the Beyonce. It's crazy.
And hold them. It's away.
Huh?
Negative. Didn't go in.
Ugh. I was like, that's not what I remember, but it. Oh.
Hurry up, Luke. Wait! Wait!
Oh. No. Biggs.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go.
Oh.
Rebel base in range.
You may fire when
How long does
ready.
it take to get ready? No.
Have you now? What?
Oh my goodness me. I thought he was at home by now. Deuces. Oh my goodness me. Why did I think this was the conclusion to the final movie?
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
He is quite literally spun. Han returned. Obviously, but I completely forgot he existed for a second.
Well, I was going to let you get all the credit and take all the reward.
Hey, that was more than money.
Oh no.
R2.
R2, can you... We'll get to work on him right away. You must repair him. Sir, if any of my circuits or gears will...
Oh, C-3PO. I forgive you for all of your nonsense this movie. Look at his fit. Look at the fit on Luke. I think of all the Star Wars themes, that's my second favorite behind the one that I think is Leia's. I don't know what it's called. Should we didn't get one? He's just standing there screaming. See, listen, I'm telling you, if you had asked me before watching A New Hope, what is a like, what is Star Wars actually about? I'm going to tell you about some characters and some plot, but I'm not going to tell you about what this is all an allegory for, because I had encountered Star Wars, but I hadn't actually watched it with my eyes and my brain at the same time. The Empire is very clearly an allegory, a metaphor for empires of old. You could say the Roman Empire, etc. Or you can just talk about like authoritarian and totalitarian regimes, i.e., Nazi Germany, essentially. Like all the tactics that have been used in history to generate fear, to fearmonger groups of people into being submissive, into not stepping out of line, into being subordinate, being controlled. All of that is like laid in here as to who this new empire is. And the one thing that can disturb that or rattle that is hope. Majority of religions, I want to say majority of religions, if not all. I don't know every religion, so I can't really say this, but it's very rare that a religion believes that the end of a human or life on earth is the end of life full stop. If there's not an afterlife in majority of religions, there is reincarnation or something else. So when people have faith and you tell them, yeah, we're going to destroy you or end your life, it's very hard to put that fear into someone that believes in something else and believes they're doing something for a greater end goal than this short term or this short life on earth. So then you move back into the Star Wars universe and you completely understand why they'd be trying to crush this religion or hope that the Jedis could return, possibly the Force or Jedis. I don't know what to call it specifically, but that births faith, faith births hope, and hope can birth rebellion. And also Han Solo is a really good character to look at all of this in the context of. He, as someone who doesn't believe, it's really interesting to look at his behavior as someone who doesn't believe. Because to a point, he's very much self-serving because he doesn't believe there is anything else worth fighting for except for himself. And therefore, when it comes to the rebellion and everything else, he's basically like, this is all gobbledygook to me. I want to make my money so I can serve myself and enjoy myself now because everything else is going to be worthless. He probably believes that the Empire are going to win and therefore thinks, this is all futile. Let me serve myself. Let me get my coins. Let me live my life. Let me get myself a TV in my little, I don't know, space apartment. And let me move on like he's a hustler. But yeah, some really interesting concepts, both in your face and in the subtext of this film that I never would have picked up. Having said what I just said about Han Solo, I think he's the character I'm most looking forward to see more of. Because he's a bit messy. He's not all over the place as in scattered, but he's not refined as a person. He's not, you couldn't necessarily say he's good or bad. He's just a person, a complex person with his own thoughts, his own mind, his own agenda, but he goes a bit against the grain, which is like what I like. This is what I like to explore about a character. Leia's got a bit of bite about her too, to be honest. Luke, so far, if you've watched this channel before, you've heard me say that main characters don't tend to be my favorite just because they tend to be the normal good guys, which Luke very much fits into. So as much as I'm enjoying Luke, Luke comes out with some things. He just says some stuff that and the way the way Mark Hamill says those things as Luke, it makes me laugh. But I would definitely say I'm more interested in finding out about Han Solo so far. His relationship with Jabba the Hutt, all of that. How we go from Luke fancying his sister to Han and Leia, or Princess Leia, apparently. I'm looking forward to see that. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I said during the reaction, the first time I watched this movie, and I saw in the corner of my eye that this one dude that was supposed to, I thought was going to be like leading us through this franchise, just surrendered himself. I'm still not 100% on the science, or the rules of the Force and why he was able to do that. But I think what's clear is he, in that moment, surrendered himself and was willing to let himself not be killed. I don't think he was killed. I feel like more so he surrendered himself to the Force. Well, firstly, I think he knew he had to occupy Darth Vader all that time to allow everyone else to do what they needed to do to escape. But also, I think from the things he says earlier in the movie, he's talking a lot about destiny. He frequently mentions that he's of old age. He almost references that he's getting to the end quite a few times. And with also the things that he says to Luke, it feels like he knew that it was necessary for him to step down to allow Luke to fill a void or to put some sort of fight, hunger for the Force or for Jediism or whatever you want to call it, for Luke to become who he's going to need to become. And also, I mean, he isn't really gone. Maybe he sees himself as being of more use to Luke as a ghost, or we hear his voice many times, like as a spirit. He's not really gone, and Luke hasn't really lost anything. He's still available to him. It seems so far. Maybe I don't know how he's going to access that if he needs it, but Kenobi has definitely made himself available at times just to advise him in moments. The blending of the CGI and the practical in this movie is so good. It's so good, and I'm kind of getting to understand why the probably overuse or over-reliance of CGI as visual effects got better in the 2000s. I'm starting to understand why there was so much pushback on the lack of practical effects that people clearly loved from the original Star Wars. And I understand why they love it, because it's just it works. It just makes a lot of sense. It's not even sometimes that it's done so well that it looks like this is a real life creature or real life effect. Like, for example, that one scene where we're with the Jawas and there's this robot that looks like a bin, and I commented on it. Like, he looks like a trash can, and it kind of walks like, and it has literal like that's very clearly no one's going to believe that this is anything but a human walking inside that machine. But it just feels very, I don't know, I don't want to say it feels very Star Wars because this was the beginning, but it works for this. On the other hand, you have, was it the Banters? Those were fantastic. And so to step away from that and just go into 100% CGI, because there was CGI in this film and it was really well done, especially for 1977. But to move from that into entirely CGI, I completely understand why there would have been a lot of pushback on that. Honestly, probably outside of the story, of course, my favorite thing about this movie is the music. This is literally probably is the most iconic score of all time. There's so many themes, not just the main theme. There's just so many iconic themes to come from this for each individual character. Like, I mean, sometimes these days when we say we love a theme, we're talking about the main theme. There's like 5, 6 themes here that stand out by themselves. It's crazy. Like, I'm not a super Star Wars head, and I know like nearly all of the songs. Shout out to John Williams. I don't know how he did it, but he's a genius. But yeah, man, I should start wrapping up. I guess I'm very much looking forward to where we go from here, because like I said, I probably would have thought that the Death Star exploding was maybe at the end of the entire trilogy. I know we have some very key storylines to get through. We haven't seen Yoda yet. Neither have we seen the big reveal. I think the big reveal definitely is going to happen in the last movie. When Yoda comes into the picture, I can't remember. Where's the Emperor? Probably in the next movie. I feel like there was a whole thing with Jabba the Hutt and then being captured too. I can't remember what movie that's in. That's probably somewhere to come as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to where we go with these main themes, how they play into the next few movies. Do we get a bit more extra commentary on those things? Do we get a bit deeper? Do we play around with Han Solo? Do we play around with Han Solo a bit more? Do we dive in a bit more into why he is the way he is? What's his history? What's his background? What's Leia's history? Where's her family? Did they really die on Alderaan? Just like that. There's quite a bit of death in this movie, but we don't really see the characters. They don't really have much time to grieve because everything just keeps going. Will we see some of those things come back? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it's been a good watch so far. Next week we go to Return of the Jedi. I don't know. Empire Strikes Back. I feel like Empire Strikes Back is the last one. No, wait. I was about to say it just makes sense, but Empire Striking Back would make sense because they just got rid of the Death Star. So probably Empire Strikes Back next. Right? I'm guessing. I don't know. See ya.